What is going on, everyone? It's your boy 3MG. We are back with another video. Now, I rarely do like pre-recorded content, so just, bear with me here. It's been a while, kind of rusty, but if you guys noticed, I have not live streamed on YouTube. That's because I live stream now on Twitch. I'm trying to get partnered over there. It's been amazing. It's been a little bit overwhelming because of the amount of growth in such a short period of time, but it's also been quite amazing. Like, for the viewers, there's so many, so much more perks and ways for them to have fun and enjoy the streams versus YouTube. I think YouTube needs some more time to add more features that allow not just the streamer, but the viewer to like engage more. And it's been absolutely fun. So if you want to go ahead and watch me play some of these games live and not see the highlights, then please follow me on twitch.tv/3mg live. I'm working on getting my partnership over there, and it's been a fun ride. So I want to actually talk about this because we are getting close to hearing about more games. And for those who've been watching my uploaded videos, it's about the PS5 reveal. Let me just break this down. I had like a little bit of a bittersweet feel for the controller, right? And then after maybe a couple of hours of just looking over some images and looking how it looks, I really have no problem with it anymore. My biggest concern was, how does the PlayStation 5 look? Like, am I gonna really like the aesthetic of it? Because so many people are memeing the shit out of the Xbox Series X, but I like how simple and sleek it looks. Like, you could literally throw it behind something or above somewhere and it doesn't take up space. It's gaming. You just want to game with it. You could throw it somewhere. It looks like it'll fit in any kind of gaming setup. It doesn't really take, much space anywhere on your desk, under your desk, anywhere. So I kind of like the aesthetic of it. Now, the PS5 has been revealed, and you're looking at it right now, right? And for those who don't know about the PS5, like, this shit looks godly. Now, I think it looks too godly, if you should ask me, right? Aesthetic, it looks extremely sleek. The all white interior with the black inside just looks amazing to me. You see the little blue light that hits off the, the essence of like the white. I just found it to look aesthetically pleasing. Like, it looks too sexy. It looked like a baddie. It looked like a bad bitch, you feel me? It looked really good. Now, they have two versions of this PlayStation 5. They have the one with the disc drive and one without. And if you guys take a look, obviously one of the buttons are missing, and I'm assuming it's because one of them has to do with the disc drive and probably like ejecting the disc. Now, some was asking whether or not you can lay this on the side, and you can absolutely lay it on the side. They showed images, but here's the thing. They compared the size of this PlayStation 5. I don't believe it's as big as what people are imagining it to be. I do believe it's like the height of like the PS3, but not too large, because they're comparing images, but they're using the base image of this and not actually getting the specs or the full inches and height of how big this PS5 is. Here's my little gripe with this. They might change the aesthetic. They might change the look of this console probably within mid-year or maybe next year, simply because of its design. It looks like it's only good to be placed in certain places of your setup. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I love how it looks, but this is not a common look. This looks like those concepts that were honestly never gonna come out. It looked like a concept car, one of those concept consoles that you see that never releases. Like all the speculation concepts, it looks like one of those. So honestly, this looks like it could stand next to your PC, or it can literally be on its own, and it looks beautiful. I can only imagine all the setup videos that people are gonna have, all white with black, maybe the wood grain with with this setup. It's gonna look absolutely beautiful. But to really be honest, as much as I love the look of it, it's like it's gonna either do so much like damage to people's setups, because some people got like OCD, or it's gonna be like a beautiful thing. I think personally, this is gonna probably cause me to want to change my setup look. This is gonna cause me to change the look of my setup because of how godly it looks. It's worthy of like a setup, like a refresh. What I really wanted to talk about was PlayStation 5 and its backwards compatibility list, because Microsoft made it very clear that they're doing everything they can to ensure that day one we get as many games as possible. I want that. If there's some shitty games at launch, I can at least enjoy some of the recent games that just came out for Xbox or even third party and play them on the Xbox Series X. I think PlayStation needs to make that very clear, that if, say, someone buys Call of Duty for last gen, they don't have to rebuy the game. It'll just work immediately, especially digital, on the PS5. So I read an article here, and it says Sony is currently testing over 4,000 PS4 games for PS5 backwards compatibility. I know a lot of us are on the spectrum of why can't this shit work day one? I think the biggest thing is over time with both consoles, obviously a lot of hardware upgrades, software upgrades, and how games were made years ago to bring them over through an emulator, to bring them over through just having the same kind of coding or whatever the case, however it works, would probably increase the cost of these consoles. But then us as the consumer also pray that the console is cheaper. So to emulate these games or to bring something that they can legally patent or something of some sort, I'm not trying to get too technical, would probably be expensive on both Xbox and PS4. I mean, Xbox and the PS5. So I assume they're trying their best to test out games with their newest hardware to ensure that their older games can be read properly on this current gen. You feel me? So at the same token that I agree, I wish every fucking game could be backwards compatible. That's why we saw the price be like up to $600-700 on the PS3 when it first launched. But right now it says Sony has revealed that they are currently testing a whopping 4,000 games from PS4 over to the PS5 backwards compatibility with developers and publishers. Obviously, within those 4,000 games, we're going to get a ton of indies. We're going to get a ton of, doesn't matter. Just the fact that I'm hoping we have a strong library of backwards compatibility, because Xbox as well will have a strong caliber of games that we would be able to carry over and not have to worry about keeping our current gen consoles. I think that's the biggest issue. And I think Sony already issued a statement that they're trying to keep their exclusives on one platform and not trying to carry over, not third party, but like I think if I'm not mistaken, I read that, you know, if say God of War releases on PS5, they don't want to re-release that same God of War on the PS6, or like if it was on the PS4, they don't want to re-release it on the PS5. I don't know if they're going to take back their statements, because both consoles over a period of time had to like retract from a lot of statements due to the fact of change, due to the fact of consumer want and demand, and seeing, you know, what was working for the consumer and to try to keep up. That's one of the major things I think people needs to stop holding grudges on these consoles, is that there's a chance that things might change. When Sony says that that we don't feel like EA access is something that our consumers want, yeah, you bite your own bullet, because we actually do. So then a few years later, you then decide to add EA access. You know what I mean? You kind of like shit it on yourself right there. Like, who wouldn't think EA access was going to work well for all consoles? Now it's on Steam. You feel me? So things like that, things are able to change. Xbox, Microsoft with the DRM situation, over time you see the consumer demand and what works, you end up changing. So right now, PlayStation 5 only has like 500 backwards compatible games. My issue is, do we have to rebuy these games, or can we just go strictly from our digital library? Or if those who purchase the disc version can pop in their PS4 disc. To be honest with you, I hope they don't go too far off with the Xbox One disc, whatever they were using, the data, and the PS4, because then that would mean that we are next again on another gen that backwards compatible is only based off of our digital library. I'm not too worried, but I'm also kind of curious. And I shouldn't ask this question because I'm sure some of y'all might just go in, but I really want to know. It's been a while since I cared, but which console do you think looks better? You know, it's been a while since I've indulged in any of this bullshit, because I've seen too many people get too invested. They kind of waste their own time. They don't really get things done. But I really want to know, since the consoles now have been revealed, which console do you think looks better? And which console do you think might get a mid-gen refresh? What I mean is, which console do you think would release a slim version, or an XL version, or an X version? Because you know these consoles often release like the PS4 Pro or the PS4 Slim. Do you think these consoles will launch mid-gen with new iterations? And which one do you think would do it first? As well as which console do you believe looks better? And also the price. There's so much speculation. Asia already did their pre-orders, and in Asia that you see like the price of like 700. What's the price you believe might be for the PS5, the digital version, or the one with the disc drive? I need to know. I have to ask, because I want to see what's the wild prices. You know, I don't think they're gonna reduce hardware or software within each. I think it was literally just a disc drive. So it's probably an extra $50. I don't think it's gonna be a drastic $200 change, but we will see. I think removing the disc drive along with the button mechanic will probably reduce like $100. So we might see a $399 console and a $499. That's my opinion, but drop your thoughts below, because I am unsure of what the hell is going to be the price and everything that's going on. And by the time the video comes out and you guys have a set price for it, please let me know so I can update you guys. Whew, this is going to be one hell of a gen, but you know what? I'm up for it. I cannot wait. It's been a great ride so far on YouTube, and amazing ride on Twitch. So once again, see me on Twitch if you are, opting into watching me live stream. We have a great time. I make everybody laugh. I feel like I can be myself. I don't have to really fucking hide who I am on YouTube because of their terms of service bullshit. But yeah, go ahead, catch me on the YouTube, man. I love y'all. 3MG live on all platforms: Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. I'm out, man. God bless. And The Last of Us 2, we're doing a 24-hour stream, midnight release. So I'll catch y'all there. And if y'all actually know where I can get the fucking Ellie edition, let me know, because that shit has been sold out. Bitch, they didn't even tell me that they re-released it. Fuck. I'm out, man. Bye.